What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gamers of all ages? I am the Rampant Rookie, and welcome to Handheld Gaming Consoles for Cheap People. I just came up with that title just now. I am a budget consumer because I want options. Every day when I wake up, I want to be able to look at a sprawling table of game consoles, so I own everything between a Switch, PlayStation, PC, the whole enchilada. But when it comes to my daily handhelds, I like having options. You know what I'm saying? I like feeling like John Wick when I wake up. Like, which one's gonna be my daily driver today? And one of those is the Switch 2. And yes, the Switch 2 will be going up in price soon here, apparently from Nintendo. So I would highly recommend you get one of these while you can, because this has been something that I play every single day. I've already put in hundreds of hours on my Switch 2. I love my Switch 2. I've primarily 90% played this in handheld mode and 10% used it in docked mode, just mostly for, shits and giggles. But this is a small bit of my handheld gaming collection, and these are all consoles that at one point in time have been in rotation. And I kind of wanted to talk about them because with the Steam Deck going up in price, reaching almost up to $1,000, these consoles right here will save you money. They will play thousands of games. So we're just going to ignore, all of the higher end stuff that's more powerful, that can play games at, 1080p, 60 frames per second, all the good stuff, right? But I'm poor. I don't know about you. I'm poor, but I like my things. I like my toys. You know what I mean? You only live once, so I would like to buy some cool things, but I don't want to break the bank. I want to pay my rent. I want to be a functioning member of society, just enough so Uncle Sam doesn't come get me or something like that. So these are game consoles that I would recommend to this day. And one of them is one that I would never have recommended, ever. But now that things have changed in the gaming market landscape, now that RAM is getting all expensive and stuff, these consoles, as of this recording today, which I think is June 2nd? Yes, it's June 3rd, well, as I'm recording this, June 3rd. And prices are still pretty decent. They're a little out of pocket, but you put together some money over the months, you'll be able to buy 1, 2, even 3 of these. You can have a bigger collection than mine. You know what I mean? Just saving some money. And there's a reason I'm recommending these consoles in particular. These are fantastic. So obviously we have the Switch 2, which I'll have the price somewhere on the screen because I'm not familiar with what the price is right now. I know I did get mine for $600 because I had to get in line. Had to get a Walmart premium account. There was all kinds of stuff. This is when Switch 2 was hot and the second run was coming, and I wanted one. I needed one because I was a Switch Lite gamer first. This is not my first Switch Lite. I actually traded that so I can get this limited edition, I think, Legend of Zelda Switch Lite. That's freaking awesome. I love this thing. This was my baby for a hot minute. The Switch Lite before this, and then this one soon after. But after I started playing games like Xenoblade Chronicles and things like that, I noticed it looks good, but I kind of want it to look a little better. You know what I mean? There was Xeno Chronicles X specifically. I was like, this game could look so much better. So eventually I moved over to a Switch OLED, and this became my baby, so much so that sometimes the controllers disconnect. This thing has seen hours of play, hundreds of hours from me, and I had an ex-girlfriend or a girlfriend at the time who used to play Stardew Valley on this all the freaking time, and she put in 100 hours on Stardew Valley. So this thing has been through the trenches. It makes sense that it has a couple physical issues, but we are talking hundreds of hours, and the library is there an SD card in here? Come back to that later. All right, so, and this thing is, it's a trooper. I love this thing. If you are getting into the handheld console market, or a Switch 2 just doesn't sound appealing to you yet, but go through the list of Switch 1 games. You guys see some great Switch 1 games. An OLED Switch, which the price would be somewhere around here, but I know these things aren't too expensive. Would be so worth it. The screen is gorgeous. I wish I could show you, but hell, even if this thing was charged, right? It does not do it justice. If there is a way, you don't have to see this OLED screen in particular, but if any Best Buys around you or any tech stores have OLED screens on display, you're getting that quality right here. So The Switch OLED took a lot of games that I played on my Switch, and in direct comparisons, this was gorgeous, and it's still a very, very great price, very affordable, thousands of games. Just it's ridiculous how many Switch games there are now. I remember when Switch first came out, everyone was like, there's no games, first party, blah, blah, blah. Nah, this thing goes crazy. It runs a lot of the popular games as well. The third-party games that came out on PlayStation, Xbox, and things like that were eventually ported over to the Switch One. Some of them run great. Most of them do run pretty well, and some of them are absolute garbage. Some companies have no shame, but there are companies that still have at least that minimal bit of, look, it's going to work. You're going to be able to beat the game. You're going to be able to play it. Yeah, there might be some frame drops here and there, but hey, look. You know what I mean? It's not the most powerful console in the world, even compared to the Switch 2 in weight. This packs a lot more of a punch. It plays Cyberpunk very well, 40 frames per second. Really great console. But this thing has seen so much fun for me. This was my baby. This was my sanctuary when I was at work. I would go to this, and it's amazing. So the Switch One is a sleeper. A lot of companies still release games for Switch One, even with the Switch 2 out, to this day. So a Switch One is still a great grab with all these things getting expensive. You've seen the Steam Deck and the RAM things. A Switch One OLED, this will keep you in the game. This will, especially if this is your introduction into handheld gaming. Even the Switch Lite is great. If you grew up with the PSP, it's just a little bit, well, yeah, I will say it's 2 times the size of a PSP. 2 analog sticks. This is amazing. This thing is amazing. But if you do want prettiness, if you want to see some gorgeous graphics and things, OLED, absolutely fantastic, right? We're going to talk about the Switch 2 just for a few seconds because the price is going to go up. So if you have been thinking about it, this is something that I play on regularly. I'm playing a game right now. Dead Zone Rogue, best first-person shooter on the Switch. The Switch 2, love this game so much. You know, I have so many games for my Switch 2. These are just the things I have installed right now. You know, one of them is a demo. 2 of them are demos. So just these 2 are demos. The rest of these are games that I own. Vampire, I got some weird stuff. I usually rotate through a lot of games. XCOM, Pokemon, come on now. But let me just show you guys my actual digital collection. I have a physical collection, I have a digital collection because I don't really care about owning my games. I don't. It's just digital media. It's whatever. They're going to take them all away from us one day. Oh well. Huge digital library because these games go on sale all the time. You'll never not be able to open up the store and find games that are on sale that you can get for super, super dummy cheap. All right. So this is it. Look, if a kid opened this, right? If a kid opened this and saw the games that I had, they would have a field day. They couldn't believe that Skyrim, Red Dead Redemption, Diablo, Doom is on the Switch and it plays great. You know what I mean? Burnout Paradise. Ugh, big shout out to you if you know what that is. Turok for you old heads. That's me. Lego Star Wars. Come on now. The Witcher runs great on the Switch too. Doesn't look the prettiest, but it runs great. And, you know, it's pretty enough. You know what things are. Stalker if you're a real one. Bioshock, the entire collection. Bioshock 1, 2, and 3. Borderlands 1, 2, and 3. These are games you will spend hours on. Hades. Hours. This giant screen, even compared to the OLED. Gorgeous. The Switch 2, if you have been on the fence, this is my most played this year, last year, all the years. Whenever this came out, that second run came through. You know what I mean? So I've been just putting in time. There's plenty of games here I probably haven't even played. I haven't even played Severed yet, but I grabbed it because it was like $2, right? And you know, I've heard great things about that game. Hollow Knight. The library of Crisis. Come on. If you're going through a midlife crisis, play some Crisis. Get your life right. The reason I even got a Switch OLED right here, Chronicles, Xenoblade Chronicles. Oh, gosh. But the library is here. Dark Souls, Diablo 2, the library is here. Divinity Original Sin 2, the library is here. Get it now. Get it before they up the price and all that other garbage. Now, the next console we're going to talk about, and this actually cost me less than my Switch 2, and it actually costs less than a Steam Deck now. And at first, I would not have recommended this to anyone. I would totally have said, go get a Steam Deck, especially if you could find an OLED one. But, you know what I'm saying, they tweaking these days. So since they tweaking, this is great now. I have lowered my standards. I hated this thing at first. It was so hard to get to run games and things like that. But this is the Xbox ROG Ally. And what I learned was I was trying to get to run the wrong games. Newer games that just came out between a year or two between now. You know what I mean? Not all of them, but just, you know, the really pretty ones that I'm about to show you guys in a second. Those games don't run, but there is a workaround to play those games. With the Xbox ROG Ally, I only paid $520 for this. And I would say, since everyone was sleeping on this, you should go to your Best Buy and try to get your hands on this for about $520 after tax. And before they do their next run and RAM goes up, so they have to up the prices on these. Get in there while you can. If you wanted to get into PC handheld gaming, this is the move. Now, the Steam Deck is still dope. I still think the Steam Deck has a better interface and all this other stuff. But that same interface can run also on this. This can be your Steam Deck. Steam OS, Steam operating system, which if I'm not mistaken is Linux, can run on here. You can throw on a brand spanking new OS, a brand spanking new operating system, and this can run Steam. Now, the reason I still have this running PC is because, yeah, I just don't feel like it. That's actually really it. The games that I want to run fine. Halo and things. I'm gonna show you guys my little collection here, if I can. I want to show you guys all the games. There you go. They're loading in. This model only has a 500 and I think 12 or 20. It's a 500 something gigabyte hard drive, and that really sucks. But the cool part is if you can get a really good SD card, which the 2 terabyte ones run about $600, which is absolutely insane. But if you want to save money and spend maybe just $200, you can swap out the hard drive on this thing, put that in here, and have a 2 terabyte system, right? Or eventually I'm going to have to do, because I didn't know I was going to like this thing as much as I do. So I need more room, I need more games. And I know some of you are probably saying like, you're rookie, it's a lot of work and I don't want to have to unscrew it. The screws on here are so basic, dude. These are just regular Phillips screws. You can bust this down in the afternoon. I've seen a video, I haven't done it myself, but you pull it apart, it's right in there, you just take it out, put it in. You know what I mean? Install the OS with a flash. It's really simple, and that is my biggest thing for this device that I want to mention. When I first got it, I hated it because I was treating it like a Switch. I was treating it like I should just be able to download the game and play it. That is what a console does. Yes, they are marketing this as a console, but what this is a laptop, is the best way I can describe it. This is a laptop, but instead of a keyboard, you get controllers, because it is a laptop made for gaming, right? For console-like gaming on the go for PC games. Once you embrace that this is just a PC, the world is now your oyster with this thing. Do with it as you will. Make it do things it was not meant to do when you bought it. If that is not something you're into, the Steam Deck is still, and then for the price, so you're at that point you are paying for convenience. For the price for the Steam Deck, you will have that convenience, but for the gamer that's on a budget, these are still incredibly affordable. Right now, I'm playing through the Halo Master Chief Collection, which is like a no-duh, right? It's an Xbox thing. It better be able to run Halo. It runs Halo great. I just kissed it because it runs Halo so good. I feel like a kid again at work playing through Halo Combat Evolved right now. And after that, I'm going to play Halo 2 and 3 and Reach. I'm playing them all. I'm playing ODST. And after that, I already got Halo Wars downloaded. I'm ready. I'm a Halo kid again, bro. No Rest for the Wicked. Some of you guys probably saw this on the State of Play. I haven't given this an official test. I booted it up. It runs great. I had another handheld gaming PC that's garbage that, you know, couldn't even really get past the character create screen. But, you know, at least got that far. And I'm sure I can tinker the graphics. The graphic and the settings stuff in here is really good, so that's going to run. Far Cry 5, one of my favorite games of all time. My father passed away. Far Cry 5 was there for me. All right, I think his name was Jonathan Seed. John Seed was there for me. God dang it. You know, it's cool that I get to play this on the go now. It runs about 37 to 40 frames per second. Not too bad. If I do some tweaking, I can get it to that higher 50 range, but it's not the prettiest thing in the world. And the thing about Far Cry 5 is that it's pretty. Titanfall 2 runs at 60 frames per second. This is the PC version. So, you know, there's all kinds of love still going on the PC version of Titanfall 2. So, you know, go ahead and check that stuff out. And then we just got some indie games and things. I've installed games, I've uninstalled games, I've gone through some stuff. But now, this is another thing. This is what I want to mention, that I did get some really pretty games to run. So I do want to show you guys one game that I played. This is definitely one of the newer games, one of the new hotnesses on the street for RPG people. People who are really into Skyrim and things like that, which I'm sure this thing probably runs Skyrim like a dream. Toasters run Skyrim. So if Skyrim's your thing, I would actually highly recommend the Switch 2, because Switch 2 you can play, it's for my PC people out there getting the handheld gaming. There is this, but there's also this right here. Switch 2. Playing Skyrim like these, playing Cyberpunk with the mouse and keyboard controls, and I know that they sell these things that turns literally this into a mouse to look like a mouse and feel like one. This looks so stupid, but dude, this is some of the most fun I've ever had. Playing like this on my Switch 2 is what finally made Cyberpunk click for me. I plugged this up to my curved monitor with a high refresh rate and was just having the best time of my life. It was so dope. The Switch 2 gets bonus points for that. This can't even do that, and this is actually a computer. You have to go buy a mouse and keyboard. Nintendo said, I'm ready. And that's what that little square is right there. It's a little camera that basically can tell when you're moving and stuff. And, you know, it's really cool technology. Nintendo actually explains it. They've actually used this technology before. It's a whole thing. I'm going to stop being a nerd. But anyway, so let's go ahead. Let me go ahead and show you this game that I played yesterday. Which it should honestly just be right here. No, hold on. Here we go. There it is. Oh, you're making me look bad. Stupid dog. Kingdom Come Deliverance is a game that runs like absolute dog water on here. This will eat your system alive. It is optimized for handheld, so if you do have the $1,000 version of this, and eventually soon like a $1,500 version that comes, probably not even more than like $1,500. It's probably like $2,000 for like the next version that's coming out, because it comes with these AR glasses or some bullshit. But this will eat you alive. You can also check minimum settings, especially with the Xbox Game Pass, which this thing comes with like 3 free months of. Check minimum requirements. This is going to do it. And I was like, oh, I kind of want to play this. I thought I was going to have to buy it. It was on sale on PlayStation, but I really wanted to play it handheld because I love this thing now. So I want to try all the games. But play with your cloud subscription. I want to show you guys this before I end the video, because I remember it wasn't GameFly, it was something like that, Game something. But basically, it was game streaming way back in the day, where if you had a computer, you could basically stream games to your PC, and it was the laggiest, most disgusting thing ever. You can also watch other people who were streaming games to their PC. You can watch them play their games. I used to sit back and watch people play Borderlands and stuff. And it was cool, right? But it was incredibly laggy, and I was never a fan of game streaming, and I thought it was going to suck forever. I was like, there's no way this will ever be good. Because the latency, there's just no way to get around latency. Au contraire. They have done the impossible. So has Sony, by the way. The PlayStation Portal is not here, but that's because it's a video for another day. But look at that's almost an instant a response. The latency is there, but like by the time you're 5 minutes into the game, you won't even notice it. We're gonna go ahead and just go into the game here. This is a game I was kind of hoping that I could figure out how to make this thing run, or I was just gonna play the first one, but I really wanted to play Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I saw a video and I was like, what? That sounds like my dream game. I need to play it. So we're just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show you guys that if you have good internet, I have 5G. If you guys have good internet, which most people do these days, that's not even the most, probably, I don't know if it's the most expensive package still or not, but anywhere I go, I need the best internet you can possibly give me, within reason. I'm not paying dummy prices, but $100 a month, $150 a month is still reasonable enough for me for internet. You know what I mean? I'll make some sacrifices somewhere else and make sure my internet is great. And man, was it worth it. Look at that. Let me go ahead and show you the response time on this. So, I'm just gonna go ahead and just do a little flick. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. And like I said, after about 5 minutes of playing this way, you just become so used to it. And the screen, the game looks absolutely great because this game is running somewhere else. Something that has more money than you. Than me. streaming it so we can still enjoy games like this on a handheld without having a $1,000 gaming PC. This cost me $520, and now this is how I will be playing through Kingdom Come Deliverance. I have no issues. I've probably only seen one hiccup the entire time I've been playing this. From the entire time I'm playing this game, I've only seen one little hiccup. I was just spinning around in circles just like these, and it gave me like one little hiccup, and that was it. I haven't seen any issues so far. This is still the beginning of the game, but the tutorial section is full of just people getting murdered, and oh, you even have to shoot a crossbow, so you get to kind of see how it feels to aim with this thing. Now, I would never play Doom with something like this, or I wouldn't play Call of Duty streaming it, but I would definitely play Kingdom Come Deliverance like this. Best believe I is on me, on Puchino. So this is great. I didn't think I was gonna be singing this console's praises, but the Xbox ROG Ally, the regular one, not the X, and there's also like the ROG Ally and the ROG Ally X that are really cheap around this price range as well. The ROG Ally X has higher specs than this guy, so if you guys can get that for a good price and find that guy used, absolutely used, you know what I mean, as long as it's in good condition, get that. But yeah, so anyway, this was just a quick little video of just some handhelds that I think people should check out. I was gonna get into these, but this video is kind of going a little too long. This guy right here, this 3DS, awesome sauce. If you guys want to check this out, this is a modded 3DS. Again, a video for another day. And this is a emulation thing, so this plays all the way up to PSP. It doesn't play PSP too well, but it does play PSP games, I guess. But everything else under that, fantastic. This guy's great. If you guys want to get into that, but we'll talk more about really niche things in the handheld community. First, I just want to get the big guys out the way, and you know, Xbox and Nintendo has us covered with some very affordable options. But anyway, I am the Rampant Rookie. This was just a quick video about some handhelds, and I will catch you guys in the next video.